that I've had for a long time. It calls for 3 ripe bananas, beat to a pulp in the mixer. 1 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of butter, well creamed. 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoonful of vanilla, 1 1/2 cup to chop pecan or walnuts. And I'm making a double batch today because there's a lot of us that wants banana nutmeg. So I'll start out with my bananas. I will do 6 very ripe bananas because of the 2 batches. And when it says beat to a pulp, I mean just beat it till it's almost liquid, because you put no liquid in this nut bread. The bananas make your liquid. And I usually just kind of break them up a little bit to help the mixer mix them. And use very ripe bananas. And these are real ripe, which is what I need. I'm using the large mixer today. I don't have much room for it since my space here is limited, but it makes it much easier to do it with the large mixer. Well, as to mine, these bananas are a little small. I think just for the heck of it, I'm going to throw part of another one in it.
You lost one.
I got to slow it down. I wanted to go fast, but it went fast. Started off slow, and you have it everywhere, especially if you put flour in it. I forget from time to time how fast you put it everywhere. See how it's really mashing them up? Just beat them to a pulp. This is a professional mixer, and I really don't have that much room to use it in here, but I really do like it. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, that's been real good. So how good it's been? Then we'll start adding our ingredients.
So they need to be about like a liquid consistency.
Yeah, real puffy. First I'll put my eggs into the mixture. I don't know if this is absolutely necessary or not, but I always put my eggs in a separate bowl before I pour them into my food.
Well, that way you can keep them, if there's any shells or if it was a bad egg, then it's not already in the food.
Make this slowly and have eggs all over the wall. And you know to preheat the oven already. Always preheat your oven.
What temperature?
This one is 350. And the recipe calls for an hour, 350, but since we're using individual pans and we're it will only be about 35 minutes till they're brown.
Okay. So these are the cake pans over here?
Yes, those are the kind of cake pans.
And this is the butter you already
That's
softened
the butter.
it?
It's already softened. It's going into the mixture. And I grease the pans well with Crisco. I only use Crisco for baking. So I grease the pans real well, see?
Oh, okay.
And then I put a little flour on them, which I didn't do yet. I wanted to show you that, how you dust them. That's good for the pans. And I get some of this cooking. I have this one right, James got the other way, but we can make two at a time, but I gotta make one at a time. Okay, we got the eggs in.
So these are real good for something like Christmas or something, if you were wanting to
And
make.
they're great if you're going to somebody's house for dinner or something, and you'd like to take a little something. This makes a real good little hostess gift. And I have shut-in friends that are unable to get out, and when I go to visit them, I take the Irene's one. She always loves to get banana nut bread.
So that's the 2 sticks of butter now?
That's the 2 sticks of butter. And with the sugar.
Now, how many is this?
1 1/3 cup is in each one.
Okay.
Double batch. I'm going to put this one in, and then I'm going to put some flour in, so it mixes real good.
And how much flour is that?
The flour is 2 cups per batch, so we'll be putting 4 cups in since we're using this. And that's one thing about this big mixer. I wouldn't say to do 2 batches in one with the small mixer, but with this huge mixer, it's good to, you can do it easy. And it costs 1 teaspoonful of vanilla for each batch, so I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in it. Still a little bit, good measure. And put this in this batch of flour. This is baking powder, baking soda, beg your pardon. And this flour, I'm going to put this in.
And how much baking soda is it?
It's a teaspoon.
So 2 teaspoons total?
Okay, now I'm going to put the rest of my sugar in. Sure you get it all, because it is. And it goes the rest of the flour. See how thick the batter will be?
It smells good.
That's like vanilla. See how thick it is? I'm going to scrape the sides now. I always do that to be sure it's all mixed well. And I would never use a double batch if I didn't have this large mixer, because it does have to mix well. Now let's put the nuts in. I'm putting in a cup and a half. But I boo-booed. I need another cup of nuts. Remember I said we were doing 2?
Oh, yeah.
And I
Okay.
got nuts for 1. And these nuts you just loosely chop them. They're already chopped. So you just kind of loosely chop them. And you can give or take a little bit on the nuts. The recipe calls from 1 1/2 to 2 cups of nuts. And I have made it with a cup of nuts, and it's good, but it's better with a 1 1/2 or 2 cups in it. It's going to have plentiful the pecans are at that time I make it. Just chop them. I'm just going to use the bowl to dump them in with. And that's where I got a bunch on the floor, but that's okay. I'm going to do this real slow because of the nuts. Now, does that look like it's mixed good? See how well it mixes in here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lower the beater. Take this. I'm doing this backward. I don't have the space to really set it here. And I'm going to lay this beater in this plate and let it drip, because I need it in a couple of minutes. We don't want to waste any of it. Okay, just get it a little bit. It's important to get your hands washed a lot because you do use them a lot. I use mine an awful lot. What's heard that a clean pair of hands was the best kitchen tools they are.
That is true.
And I use mine a lot. And I use a large spoon to put this in there. In the pans because it's easier to handle. If you got a soup ladle, that can do. But it's easier with these small pans to put it in there. And like this.
So you just kind of put it in there till they're full. There's not really an exact measurement.
About a 1/2 inch from the top.
Okay.
Back around your pan so you don't have any left over. And see how they look?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And you put them in the oven. And these blackberries here are some blackberries I've got thawed out waiting for them to thaw out. And after we make the nut bread, we're going to make some blackberry jam.
Sounds good to me.
These are wild blackberries that we picked. And I put it in the freezer until now, till you got home. So you can help do it.
Alright, so $3.50 for about 35 minutes.
About 35 minutes. We'll check them in 35 minutes and see how they are.
Now, if you were making this in just one large loaf pan.
Cook it about an hour.
Okay, great. Thank you.